Hello everyone. So I just turned on my lights there. Let me see. Where do I usually put this? See, somewhere like that. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. How are we doing? Happy Saturday. Christmas is over. I hope everybody had a good Christmas. I suppose a lot of people. I hear a lot of people saying that thankful that it's over. That's finished with. Finished with. But so yeah, a lot of people I think are just happy that a whole lot of it's over. The cooking and all that's over. But yeah, so to tell you that it's Saturday already, and we're getting there to New Year's. This day next week is the third, which I believe, of January. Madness to believe. But yeah, so pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4 days left of the year. It's hard to believe, but yeah, we're pretty much there. The beginning of another year. What's another year, as they say? But yeah, so it's going to be something to behold. So pretty much, we most likely will be live Wednesday. We might be live for a long time Wednesday, going into that night. We see how we get on, because the good thing about it is I forgot all about it. I thought it was Wednesday that was New Year's Day, but it's not. I'm off next week too, so it sucks to suck. But yeah, I'm off all next week, so which is a great thing, because I didn't know. I thought it would be on Thursday. I completely forgot that Thursday was a bank holiday. I should pretty much Friday, there'd be nothing done Friday, basically. Forgot all about it, but it's supposed to have a bit of a break, have a Kit Kat. I know we are a few minutes early too, but yeah. We just chilled tonight. It's good. It was a good bit we could talk. We might talk about some stuff. What is this? Thing is speaking Irish to me. Yeah, good.
Getting ready? 45 minutes.
I don't know why this video, particularly of
Seconds flat.
talking about the marriage thing. I don't know how that blew up. It just blew up all of a sudden. It's funny how YouTube works. Sometimes it just wants to work for you, and other times it wouldn't. I don't get it. I presume it's just because it just felt like it. Where's the Peter? He's probably in the pub. But yeah, hello, Gordon. Good evening. Hope you had a good Christmas. How did you get on at Christmas? But yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed. What I've been told, well, I haven't spoken to the Peter since before Christmas, but pretty much he said around the beginning of January. So he probably not working until after Christmas anyway. So hopefully, but I want to kind of get it done, because let's be fair, it took a long time. I had a lovely Christmas too, thank you. Good to hear that you had a lovely Christmas too. You probably have loads of snow here in some parts of America. There's a lot of snow. I don't know if that's where you are, but I hope there's a good bit of snow in some parts of America. It was a quiet Christmas. Not much happened. We had dinner and stuff like that. Not much apart from that. No snow. There's bugs flying around. Oh no, bugs. I heard it must be New York or somewhere. Somewhere up there, or there's loads of snow. Something up that side of the United States. Just wonder, because I heard about that this morning. In California, there's a lot of flooding too. But the United States is fucking huge on the map. So. Hello there, Fiona. How are we doing? I think you were getting mixed up yesterday. You sent me a message on one of the videos. What video was it? I can't remember now. But I think you put it into the wrong channel. I think you probably forgot what channel. Or you happened just to click on my video by mistake. Love the job, but thank you. But I don't know if you know. Let me see. Try and look it up here, sorry. If you still have it up. Yeah. Right. No, I put you on the spot here. I did. Yeah, I think you did. I'll just show you here. Do you see the top comment here? Sorry, this is not the greatest thing to show you on. That side. I don't know if you can see that one. The top. Hello, Anne-Marie or something. It's I can show it on the computer. I don't know if you can see that well. But yeah, it's on the Taser, the Gouda Taser program video from yesterday. I can show it here if you want, but it's on that. I don't know if you can see it. Again, I always get confused with the cameras. You can see it there at the top, the very top one. Unless you're talking to somebody in like in a comment that I can't see or something. No, it's okay. No, I just wonder. I thought at first. No, I thought at first that it was somebody like so you were applying to somebody that deleted the comment. I was confused for a few minutes about it. I thought it was somebody like that deleted the comment, and I couldn't see that something happened. The comment wasn't there. But it's 100%. I just wanted to let you know, just in case you were sending it off to somebody and you didn't know, because I thought originally there was somebody we were applying to, applying in the comments, and the comments wasn't there. But just to let you know, just in case you were trying to get, or you were taking to the other person, did you set them a reply and they didn't reply to you? No, like I'm thinking that you didn't reply. Oh. Finished watching about damn good reason was. Oh no, we're talking about serial killers. I'm shattered tight. I say everybody probably is at this time, like especially after Christmas, cooking dinner and stuff like that. Like just chillax. That's what I would say, because especially when this time people are shattered, especially if you're out and stuff. There was a good few people out like last night, not me, but a good lot of people go out and stuff after Christmas. Like people are worn out a good bit of Christmas because there's a lot of food and a lot of people are tired because they ate so much. Oh no. Yeah, get some rest in it. I got a good night's rest. Actually, the first good night's rest I had in a long time today. I didn't get up until 1 o'clock this morning, like 1 o'clock today, basically. Usually I'm up at the crack of dawn, but I lay in bed for a good while. Even though I was awake, at 9 o'clock. But I just can't lay in bed and do nothing. Being lazy. Being lazy. But you had a good Christmas anyway, Fiona. That's the main thing. Oh, bought me anything? No. Well, we got a Lego thing. Like, I think you were here before I said about the Lego thing. Yeah, but it's too hard. It's too complicated. I might bring it up and show you. I don't have it with me now, but we're still kind of trying to put it together. It's an awkward kind of Lego yoke. It's a very awkward yoke. I tried to put it together on Christmas Day. It's a bit, and even my father was helping me. It is a bit hard. I will admit to you, it's quite hard. Hello, Shawnee. How are you doing? I hope you had a good Christmas. How are you keeping? My Christmas was great. It was nice and quiet, thankfully. But yeah, the Lego toy, I don't know we'll be able to put it together because it's a bit complicated. Because we spent about 2 hours and we still didn't get much of it done. That's the first time probably ever we had like extreme. How do you see when you get? It's not really kind of like Lego. It's kind of like Lego. It's hard to describe, but it's not. It's not like last year's one or something. It was more easier. This one's a bit difficult for some reason. I think it's the instructions. We got mixed up at one stage, and I think that's what happened. Ethics and morals. Oh no. Oh dear. Well, I suppose fire ahead then. But I don't know the way I'm supposed to be talking about ethics and morals and stuff. But yeah, go on. We see what we can say. Because that's a tough thing now, the ethics and morals and stuff. Go on. Also, these YouTube ads are getting on my nerves. Can a person claiming to hate animal cruelty even though meat and dairy industry thrives on abuse? And does it make someone a bad person? Can a person that claims to hate, like I think everybody, like anybody, just to say before I go on, I think everybody hates any kind of animal cruelty, like to animals and stuff. Nobody wants to see animals suffer. The only reason you see, like, the majority of people who are psychopaths and stuff, usually they target on people that become serial killers. Usually they target animals first and stuff. But in the dairy industry, driving abuse, and does it make it so much better? But see, this is the thing. Like you're saying about the person that works in the dairy industry and stuff. It's an important part of society that that people have milk and stuff like that, and particularly meat and stuff to eat and stuff. But they shouldn't relish it. Like they shouldn't relish slaughtering cows and stuff like that. Or like that. It's something that needs to be done, but it's something they shouldn't take pride, like overly too much pride in. If that makes any sense. But I don't think it makes it. It depends on what the person takes. Like if they claim to be against animal cruelty and stuff, but at the same time celebrate it when they're slaughtering cows and stuff like that, and take great pride in that. If that makes any sense. Yeah, it probably would, but there's always animal predators out there too that will get them. Not so much cows, but it all depends on the person's mindset. What else they're taking, what their values are, I suppose. But it's I don't think it makes them a bad. It might make them a contradictory person, but I don't think it makes them a bad person, unless they enjoy like slaughtering like things, unless they really enjoy it and stuff like that. And that's something to be aware of. If they are like just enjoying slaughtering animals and stuff. That's just my view on it. But I wouldn't say the person's a bad person. I thought you were going to say if they killed somebody or something like that. But I wouldn't say they're a bad person. But it all depends. It's hard to judge unless you see the person. Like if I've seen the person myself and heard what he said exactly word for word, if that makes sense, then you'll be able to determine what he's saying. But I don't think it does. It might be a bit contradictory, but I don't think it makes them a bad person. If that makes any sense. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's just the way I see it. Again, it all depends probably on the person's preference too. And secondly, for Ireland, especially can the democracy survive on a pair that's ever modern, not even though the political and a weakened, well, it's not so much a weakened economy, but the economy is doing well. Is doing very, very well compared to the rest of Europe. But yeah, it can repair itself, of course. It can 100%. Ireland can repair it, like political system and stuff. It can be done, but it's the will. It's not that it can't be done. It can be done. It can survive and, of course, repair itself, but it's the will to do it. It's a lot of willpower. It takes a lot of willpower to try and change the system that's been there for years, So it's only about getting the right people for the job and the people that you can trust and people that have good, have faith and stuff, and are very reliable people, trustworthy people. But it can be done, of course. It's going to take time, of course. It'll take years to repair. Not even to repair, but just to fix the system. Because again, the system's there since the 1930s, 1932, when the Irish Free State became the Irish Free State. So it's a lot of rot and it's a lot of corruption you had to get out. But it can be done. It's the will. It takes a lot of will because it's going to take a lot of time to sort out the things that we don't know about. Because if you start going into different departments of government, I take, for example, the Department of Defence, the Department of Agriculture, the Department of Health. When you go into the files, say, for example, the way people got into the positions of power, you're going through all the files that we don't know about, scandals and stuff like that, and political bribery and stuff. We'd be here forever. But long story short, it'll take a lot of time and take a lot of willpower. That's the word to use too. But it can be done. It simply can be done. It can survive. Of course, it can cherish. But it's all about having the right people for the job. That's what the main thing is. Hello, Saoirse. Sorry, I was too busy going into big discussions. You're here to annoy me, but that's great to hear. But I hope you had a good Christmas all the same, Saoirse. I hope you had a good one. Got loads of presents. Well, I would say a corrupt system. Like, it is a corrupt system. Like, what we don't know. Again, I think you do realize, Shawnee, like half of the things that we know, I would hate to look into the government files and stuff to see the things that we don't know, because I say it is a heavily corrupt system from the top up. And that's somebody that's in the civil service and stuff. It's a very corrupt system, I say. Because there's a lot of stuff happening behind closed doors, and that's the problem. We don't know about the stuff that's happening behind closed doors. It's only when somebody, like, say, for example, myself got into it as a minister and stuff like that, you find out about all the scandals behind the doors. But I do think it's a co-op system because it's unchecked, pretty much, a lot of it. Yeah, because nobody's ever held accountable. Like, you know yourself with the bicycle shed, with the money that's been spent, nobody's ever held accountable for their actions. It's the same with the Suffragette check scandals. Nobody ever was held. Same with the Mouse McCabe and stuff. You remember that? Sure, Francis Fitzgerald and stuff lost their job, and a few Garda commissioners resigned, but nobody ever was put to prison for that. Nobody was ever faced repercussions. Same in OT, they spent a huge amount of money, threw it around, and OT, nobody was ever put to prison for it or lost their jobs. They still have their big pensions and stuff. That makes any sense. You're right in saying in the Howard public service that's very just totally rotten, but I do say it's a very rotten country, the system, and even somebody speaking from the civil service and stuff, it's in the rotten. It is a rotten system. Like the system, the people at the top are very rotten, and a lot of these civil servants, particularly when you look at county councils and stuff, we have chief executives, etc., and we have people that's heads of organisations in different departments of the councils, even organisations that are sublet to the councils, if that makes any sense, that think they're God themselves are not accountable to councillors. Like, I've seen that many times. They're not, like, the councillors have no authority over these entities, and the same with the county councils. The councillors can't question the chief of director of services. The director of services and the chief executive have more power than the elected authority of the councils and stuff. And then the same with the government. Like, there's people in the government, there's other people that are unelected bureaucrats, what I would call them, like in the heads of different government agencies, and they have more power than the politicians. So there's a huge problem in Irish society. But the only solution is to gut it all. That's my opinion. Just knock it all down and rebuild it from the ground up, because there's no such thing as reforming the civil service and reforming on Garda Síochána. It has to be just knocked completely down and rebuilt from the ground up. And I think the whole focus needs to be on people, because the moment in time, what it's turned into is just about making money for themselves and enriching themselves. Yeah, that's the problem too, then. But this is the thing, they should be held accountable. But as the fact of the matter, wasn't just only civil servants, it was higher up civil servants. Somebody signed off on that. Because even the same for the council, speaking the council's behalf here, but council projects in Cavan and stuff were signed off by the director of services and the chief executive. That makes sense, because they review it. It's not like some only civil servant signs off and it's a high up civil servant that says, yeah, this is fine, But it's definitely some high up civil servant. But again, these people, we don't know their names. We don't know what they're about. We don't know anything about them, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I know that, but I do think it would be the best thing if we did reform. I know it was strikes and stuff, but there's a lot of what that needs to be got out of it, and that's as simple as that. Because the people should be like, because the only civil servant, just speaking to myself, it's infuriating to see the corruption, and just pure evil, and that's the word that would describe it. So I think the majority only people like on the ground so would be delighted to see just the whole lot of it gutted out and made better. Because at the moment in time, what it is, it's happening. It's who you know, and it's loyalty to the political system that you get promoted and stuff. And it's not so much for your abilities, and that's the problem too. I've seen that too many times too. I was just speaking myself. It's people that are loyal, basically just follow orders without question. They're the people who get promoted in the civil service and stuff, and in the public service. It's not people like me, if that makes any sense, because I ask too many questions and stuff, and not really going to follow orders without questions. And that's the thing. It's kind of like turned into some kind of, I don't know. It's always been rotten anyway. But yeah. But yeah, no, it has to be all knocked down. That's what I do. It has to be all knocked down and built from the ground up. The other case too, the people take the ultimate authority. What I mean by that is the people have the last say. Because again, these high up civil servants have too much power. But yeah. But I do deem Ireland as a very corrupt country. Like, the systems are very corrupt. And there's no trust in anything, basically. The whole system's just gone to hell. Yeah, that too. But it's not that. Years ago, to a lot of extent, people that cared and stuff. But it's not that, it's who you know. It's still the old system of who you know. It's people that vouch, people who in the government and stuff that vouch for you. It's who you know. It's not what you know. It's who you know. And that's the thing, Shawnee. It's still that way. It's not what you know, and that's the thing. That's why you see people that are related to politicians and stuff in civil service jobs, because they get in because the cousin or the sister was a politician and stuff. It's the same all across the place, across the board. That's the way I see it. But it isn't a Harry Watton system, and that's somebody that's literally looked at the system and stuff and been in the system. I'm not too encouraged by the system, that's that way. And if I got my way, I knock it all down. But yeah, great stuff. And there probably won't be too many people around tonight, because obviously being Christmas, a lot of people be out. Out and about. Out and about in Cavan. Any resolutions? I'm actually going to talk about that in the video coming up in New Year's. Like, there's a whole video coming out on that, just to say. So I'm not going to spoil it now, but it is coming out. You see, it'll be a long explanation for a lot of it, but you see when it comes out. It'll be literally out in a few days, pretty much. I don't have it recorded yet, but I know what I'm going to say and stuff. I probably will come out Wednesday, just before I go live Wednesday. There's 3 videos probably I'll be releasing for New Year's. Going to explain the channel, what I'm planning for next year. But that's going to be a bit of it too, of course. That's the usual thing, what I talk about usually at the end of the year. So that should be it. And then there's another 2. So there will be a few, and then obviously we'll be live Wednesday. So any questions about it or anything, anybody can ask. But I think the video will do more justice than I could explain it now, a lot of it. But I wait until Wednesday, because I think the video will explain it better. I think people do find it better for me to explain things in videos than on live streams and stuff. Because see, the thing about me, I get distracted. People talk to me and they're like, what do you have for tea? Oh, you're asking me now. It's how we go. I didn't even see that up there. What did I have for tea? I actually had pepperoni pizza this evening. Pepperoni pizza. So that's what I had earlier on, not recently enough. About, I think it was 4:30, 4 o'clock, something like that. But yeah. Everybody's just abandoned me. Everybody has enough of me tonight. What is this though? No, there's no Pizza Joy. No. Buttersbridge is only a small place. Buttersbridge is only a small place. It's not like big. There is one in Beltobin and Cavan, but it's only a small village, really. There's not many businesses and stuff. There's a few businesses, of course, but not many. But compared to the towns and stuff, we only have 2 hairdressers. We have 1 pub now. We have the Derrigower. We have the shop with the butcher. And that's where they have the architect too, and of course Johnson's too. Like, it's not a huge village. What is the population? I forgot the population. I should have it down. I should know the population. I think it's around 250, something like that. Yeah, and the 2020 sets, 2022 sets 271, yeah, something like that, Yeah, that would be white. Yeah, I'm just checking in my head what that white it would be. But yeah, but no, I got a pepperoni pizza. It was when I was in Super Value there. Just before Christmas, I got a few. Well, oh, he will show up. He will. Just when you were saying about the population, I just found this. Like I haven't to look up my files there. Just looking at the census because I saved the census thing. Oh, it keeps lagging. The stream keeps lagging. I don't know why it would be lagging. It shouldn't be lagging. It could just be probably interference and stuff. But just looking at the census and stuff, hopefully it's still not lagging. But just looking at the census from 1911 of Buttersbridge census, there was only 94 people here in 1911. Just to say, in 1911 there was nobody here. It just shows you how many people left too. Yeah, so the population now would be it would be probably pre-famine level now in Buttersbridge. 271. It would be that. Yeah, so it's the highest population since the famine. Yeah, so that's good. It's finally recovered since the famine. 1851. Yeah. 249. Yes. So it's finally recovered. It's only recovered now. So yeah. Yeah, go ahead. No stupid questions. I tell you, I have literally all the fucking census thing. I have literally the whole lot of it saved. I can see people's names and stuff from back then. The census in 1911. A lot of people around here were very educated, in fairness. Like in 1911, all the people that were registered here could read and write, which is quite insane for rural Ireland. Sorry, I was just looking at that because when Sean asked me about that, I was just like, oh, I should look at that. Yeah. It's one of them Irish flags. I just noticed. You probably never can see. I have the camera a bit more facing this way. Usually, you never be able to see the flag like in the back one, the Irish flag and the Finnish flag. Usually, I'm facing the kind of that way, but it's just because I have this thing in the way of me at the moment. The thing in the way. Well, Gordon, what's the stupid question, as you were saying? Pelgele. Is everything banjoed? My chat's totally frozen, is it? Or am I dead? Like, is the stream gone? I mean to say. Not that I'm dead. Hopefully not. Just go fishing. That's a good question, but this is the thing. A lot of people relied on potatoes. That's the thing. And what did you fish with? That's the thing. Like back in the 1850s, what did you fish with, really? Like I'm sure there was probably no fishing rods and stuff. You couldn't just go into a shop and buy a fishing rod, I'm sure. They probably could go net with nets and stuff like that, but that was probably the only thing. But a lot of people relied on the land, like farmed the land. They wouldn't fishermen. Like in the coastal places, particularly Cavan and stuff, was pretty bad in the famine. A lot of people relied on the land, like more than the sea. And obviously there was no such thing as, let's say, fishing rods and stuff. So a lot of people had to do private nets and stuff. But a lot of Irish people, particularly back then, watered the potatoes, and that's what they watered than like the fish and stuff. I'm sure. Todd Howard. Todd Howard. Old Todd. Do you like the potato? Yeah, I like potatoes. I actually had potatoes for my Christmas dinner too. Like it goes to war, the Irish people don't eat them as much probably as we used to and stuff, but they're nice. Yeah, potatoes are nice. They're good. They're good. They give you a good lot of strength. And, you know. Do you like potatoes? Like just that's the common thing. Everybody across the world thinks Irish people just have potatoes. Excuse me, apologies. The potato. Or was it like I wouldn't know with everybody, but in Cavan I don't think so. Maybe along the coasts and stuff. But in Cavan, hardly that many people fished and stuff in the 1850s and so. They wouldn't have the equipment to do it in a lot of cases. Sorry, give me a moment. Hello, Oliver. How are we doing? Yeah, of course, that too. Yeah, that's just kind of the simple answer I give Gordon, because we could talk about the British exporting the wheat and stuff to England and stuff, continue to export the wheat and stuff. But that's a whole lot of complicated stuff to go into. Like the simple answer for a lot of people, particularly outside of Ireland and stuff, of course, it's to do with occupation and oppression, as you say, and you're right in saying that. Particularly about the wheat and stuff, the exports still to England and stuff. But yeah, it's just the simple answer to give in a lot of cases too. But I agree with you. I hope you had a good Christmas too, Oliver. But yeah, you're right in that too. Oh, well, it shows you what I know, sure. But no, I'm just saying in Cavan it wouldn't have been a big thing. Even though we had loads of rivers and stuff, it wouldn't have been a huge thing. We're on the coast, but it would have been. See, Oh, cool. Yeah, as I said, they exported a lot of wheat to England and stuff. And of course, being the British Empire at the time too, they could have done a lot more to help the Irish. But again, it was all down to the British didn't care really about the Irish people, and in a lot of cases they can't have watched, as you've seen with the basically the replacement. Very topical subject today, but long story short, the replacement with Protestant, particularly also our province here, not Cavan and stuff, the replacement with also the Scots and stuff from England to the plantation of Ireland too. It's a long, complicated history. It's a long, complicated story, but yeah, it kind of suited the British agenda too, of colonisation pretty much too. Because again, a lot of the people that were the poor Irish farmers and stuff, and poor Irish people were Catholics and stuff. Like even just looking at the Budget Bridge census, from the 1851, it's amazing that we still have it. But from 1851, the majority of people were Catholic and stuff. And then you see the population decline, like up in the US, because a lot of them either died or went to America. Like the majority were Catholics. Nearly the majority of it were Catholics. And then you can see pretty much after the famine, a lot of people from Scotland came here. The people that were left, pretty much. No, it's not offensive. Jesus Christ, it's not offensive. Yeah, like it's not offensive. Jeez, that's not offensive. You should see what half of other people say. I have Israelis coming in here saying stuff, and that's a lot more offensive. Sorry. So I just had to make a note of something. I just when I'm here, because I meant to talk about it. Because obviously the Irish fishing industry, just speaking about fishing now, is in the toilet. Mainly down to many things, but it's mainly to do with there's no Irish Navy, and basically other countries can come in here and take all the fish, and not to mention to the Irish government, basically quite literally handed the European Union all our fishing rights, pretty much, and said fire away, pretty much, and then left the Irish people on the side of the world, which is great. Yeah, there's loads of mass graves, even just in Cavan, there's a good few, just around. There's a lot, and the ones that we don't know about still to this day. But see, too many people were dying and stuff, and they didn't have enough place to bury them. So just those mass graves. Difficult time in Irish history, definitely. As I say, it could have been prevented, but the British government at the time didn't care. Because they pretty much seeing the Irish as just, I don't know what you would call it, but they didn't care much for the Irish, let's put it that way. But yeah, pretty much there's not a family in Ireland too. If you look back in any family history, there's literally not a family in Ireland that doesn't have a story from the famine. If you look back in the family history, it's something that was handed down throughout generations. And yeah, but it wasn't like they could probably put up their hands and say, no, we didn't shoot them and stuff. But pretty much they allowed it to happen. So, yeah. And did kind of nothing to help the situation. Halloween, yeah, as you just said, Gaza too, yeah. Pretty much it's the same situation. The Israeli government just won't let food in and stuff. And they won't let international journalists in and stuff to cover things and stuff. It's still happening to this day. There's a lot, obviously, of course, it's a bit better than it was before. But still there's a lot of people dying. As we speak to, there's a lot of people dying of starvation in Gaza. Yeah, that's the sad thing about it. But as soon as you question anything again against this Israeli government, straight away you're called an anti-Semite. If you even dare say, oh, you should allow food to go in and stuff, you're deemed an anti-Semite, and that's what you want to be deemed. It's just kind of silencing people. That's why people are too afraid to say anything about it. That's the thing. But of course, it's a bit better than it was before, which is good. But there's a lot more could be done. Of course, the ceasefire is still holding some places anyway. But something should have been done a long time ago when this force started, and so because there's nothing left in Gaza. Yeah, cholera and typhus. Yeah, of course, back in the time too, that would have been just raging across the country because nobody understood like diseases, stuff, how it was spread and stuff. Yeah, I know, but they're always turning around to that. Anytime you criticize Israel, straight away it goes to that. More than say for example, people can talk with the famine and stuff, and straight away, Irish people don't go and turn around and say, "Oh yeah, because we were, genocided in the famine." I never heard an Irish person in my life turn around and say, "Oh yeah, you can't criticize us because we were genocided in the famine and stuff." But it's different for that country, particularly that one country in the Middle East. And then obviously the federal government of the United States is not too keen when you question Israel. Hello, Tommy. How are you doing? I hope you had a good Christmas. How are you keeping? I hope we're well. Hello from Cavan. Cavan. These Cavan people. These Cavan people. Sorry, now I'm just looking at different things here. See, this is the worst thing about being on YouTube. You have a good few things happening in the background at any given time. There's always people like commenting on videos and stuff, and I always try and read them when I'm here too. Yeah, well, of course, yeah, but it's important too to have a bit of like blood sugar and stuff, of course, too. But yeah, if you want to go ahead, because you can save a lot of money too. Like if you take, for example, the big bottles of Drake and stuff like that, Club Orange. I don't know if you know Club Orange and stuff, even cola or Coke. You save a good few bob at the end of the year if you put it in. Like if you got a jar, and say, for example, you buy 3 or 4 bottles of Coke a week or Club or like Fanta or whatever. You could save maybe €50 a month, maybe, give or take. It would be interesting to see how, if you did do that, how much you would save in a year. You could go on holiday for somewhere for a week. But yeah, go for it, Gordon. Hello, Greenface. How are we keeping? How did you get on at Christmas? I hope you had a good one. A lot of people wondering too why I made that video talking about the marriage thing, the marriage rates. That's the way I describe it. A lot of people wonder why I talked about that, and the other reason why I talked about that was because it was the Archbishop Eamon Martin said about it. It wasn't that it was going to get married. I think a lot of people thought it was going to get married, and that's why I was talking about it. I think that's what people were expecting, that it was going to get married. But no, we're not there yet, just to say. Because I think that's what a lot of people were expecting when they clicked on that video, because there's no reason why that's going viral at the moment. Marriage. Yeah, I think that's what the majority of people thought in their head when they clicked on that, because I don't know why everybody decided. I don't know why YouTube pushed it. I can see it here on my screen here. It's been pushed more than other videos. Like the other videos are not being pushed. Like the Epstein video released there, it's basically not being pushed by the YouTube algorithm for some reason. But I don't know why that was. It's just weird sometimes how YouTube works. So I can. But yeah, it's just weird how YouTube works in general too, in a lot of cases. I should really just get another screen instead of having to trick in many things at once. I do have my tablet set up, but it's just hard to keep everything. Yeah, but I don't know. Like the problem I have on YouTube is that it doesn't get recommended from YouTube and stuff. Mainly due to shadow bans and stuff, but sometimes it does work. Like YouTube system does work. Like you can see it on my end when you look at the YouTube statistics and stuff. It just doesn't work for some reason. Like I don't know why that one worked. If that makes any sense, because you can see the other ones down along with it that it doesn't get pushed for some reason. I don't get it. But that one, for some reason, just got pushed, like through the YouTube algorithm. Like the majority of people who got it have the statistics here. Like the majority who got it was through the YouTube browser. Like when you open YouTube, you know the videos that are recommended. That's where the majority of views came from that video. Like nearly 90% of them came from that. So I don't get it. Hello, Shawnee. Good evening. How did you get on at Christmas? My pen is gone. How did you go over Christmas? Hope you had a good one. Yeah, it's very difficult. There's not a building left standing in Gaza. And a lot of people are in tents at the moment, in just war-torn situations. But of course, in Ukraine too, just to mention too, there was apartments hit last night in Ukraine by Russia with missiles and drones. Like innocent people, like innocent apartments, pretty much, not military or anything. So obviously there's people suffering. It's not as bad in some areas of Ukraine. It is pretty bad, like in where the fighting's happening. There's huge destruction, but not in all parts of Ukraine, thankfully. But Gaza is just total destruction. Like there's nothing left. Yeah, and this is the thing: you're not allowed to criticize Israel at all. Like I said about, like talking about Israel getting kicked out of the Eurovision and stuff, and people called me an anti-Semite for even suggesting that Israel should be ever hold accountable for any actions. You know, like if you even look up that video, you see people in the comments saying that anybody, like I quote one comment, anybody in the right mind would be on the side of Israel. That's what one person said. And you're just like, and there's no arguing with them because the argument they use is that you're an anti-Semite. That's the only argument they ever have. Like, not you could show them every factor under the sun, and they still would argue that you're an anti-Semite. Of course, yeah, there's no doubt about it. But there's no doubt about what the Israeli government wanted to do to Gaza and stuff. And again, with the support of the United States, they wouldn't be getting off with it if they didn't have the support of the United States. And that's as simple as that. It's the only country that supports them. There's no other country in the world that supports them more than the United States. You know. But yeah. Yeah, it's always a nuisance when your internet isn't like on peak level. Delaying notifications, yeah, we're not really delaying. A lot of people don't get them at all. Like for a lot of my stuff, they don't go out at all. So it's just weird. YouTube's just weird. But I suppose it's my own fault because. Oh, you're on your way, Sasha. Well, here, I'll chat to you later. Thank you for stopping by. We'll probably be back Wednesday, so hopefully we see you then. But yeah, like YouTube, I suppose is what I talk about. If I was just doing, not questioning the narrative, I'd probably be one of the biggest YouTubers in the country. If I just stopped questioning the narrative, you know. Yeah, no bother. If you're not back, you're not back. But yeah, we'll probably be only here for another about 20 minutes at most. So yeah, I'll be back. Excuse me. Yeah, go ahead, Gordon. Sorry. Gordon with all the questions. But yeah, no, I don't mind the questions at all. There's no need to ask, like, say, oh, I have a question. So, but you can just ask it. There's no need to, like, get permission to ask. You don't need permission to be yourself to ask questions. You're looking to bit like you're looking at documentary castle. Oh, you're talking about that castle on the island in some part of France. Is that what you're talking about? Like that famous castle. I don't know where, but it's in France. Do I got games on my phone? Like, what do you mean by games? Like, it's very suggestive. Like, literally, I don't play any games on my phone. Like, literally none at all. It's construction of castles. Like, quite literally, I've literally not one game on my phone. Like, quite literally. I'm not one of those people who have games on my phone, like Angry Birds and stuff. I never was a phone gamer. That sounds a bit dangerous. But I never was one of them. I always played either on the computer or on the PlayStation, the Xbox. What is this now? But blah, blah, blah. President Zelensky will meet Donald Trump tomorrow. Jeez, that's quick. Maybe. We see. But I say it could be delayed again. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it could be delayed by another year. But if that happens, it's going to be all out war, just to say. Because literally was war nearly when it was delayed by a few months this time. We see what happens, but I don't know. But it will come out at some point. But it's hard to know when, but we're waiting such a long time for it. But it will come out at some point. But yeah. Yeah, there probably will be why I'd say that, because people literally were going to have people were literally having an aneurysm in November when I landed in Helsinki. When I literally landed in Helsinki, looked at my phone, the first notification, Rockstar Games, and like delayed GTA 6. And you can just see the reaction on social media. People just went fucking haywire. So yeah, there will literally be civil war if that doesn't drop, because people are waiting so long for it. Remember, and people are just literally waiting and waiting and waiting. You know, nobody's you know, if that makes any sense. If they'll delay it any longer, so at this stage, people be on the ground before they have to get. Because so much has happened since GTA 5. You know. You're the last person left to take Gordon. Everybody else has had enough of me tonight. Everybody else just said, fuck it, have enough of him. So we probably will be live for New Year's Day, just to say here. Like New Year's Eve, sorry. Going to New Year's Day. How does that sound? There might not be that many people here, but we probably will be live for a good bit of it. We'll see how we get on, but most likely. Oh, never mind. There's a few more people here. You're not the last one yet, Gordon. But yeah. Sorry, look, just have to keep looking at my phone, just for messages and stuff that come through. I don't want to be deemed as just ignoring people and stuff. But yeah, no, if you have any other questions, Gordon, you can ask them, of course, just to say. Oh, you're going to watch it, well, fair play to you. Like somebody was saying to me, it's nearly like the review, like the audio portion of the book. What was it? It was 8 hours. The audio portion of the book is 8 hours. But yeah, you're mentally preparing yourself out. Yeah, do. But if you do get a chance to watch some of it, it's going to be long now. But it is a lot of energy. Like as many people pointed out, there's a lot of energy. Like it's not like just this and that. It's a lot. It's very high energy for a lot of it. But no, for nearly all of it, I'd say. for whatever reason. Not for whatever reason, but it is a long thing. But lucky that I cut a good bit of it, like in terms of because it would have been 8 hours long if I didn't cut it. Just to say. Yeah. But I do think it's a very in depth. Like obviously there were some things I didn't touch on. Just because it would have took like hours, like we would have like the bits I cut, like during particularly the scandals bit and stuff, it would have been just insane amount. But yeah, like definitely if this video ever comes out, because remember I said I don't know if you hear at the time, but I did say at the beginning of the year I did try to make a video to discussing why that picture turned up the big picture. That was before the beginning of the year of this year. And I cut it. I think you probably remember I said it many times. I've literally had it recorded an hour. It was 2 hours and something. And then I didn't, I wanted to reduce the time on it because it was so long. And then look at this one. But yeah, we have to do that one again. And that's going to be, it was long before. It's definitely going to be long now. Discussing all that. But yeah, someday that will come out and it will be 10 hours. Like, not going to lie to you, it actually will be 10 hours. Like that's going to be 10 hours now instead of 2 hours. But yeah, but no, I do appreciate it. If you do get a chance, I would appreciate it because it was a lot of work. It was pretty much a week nearly of recording and stuff. It was a lot of just recording and all that. It was just a lot. But it turned out well. I'm happy the way it turned out. I'm just happy that it's over too, that's done with. Because it was a lot of just recording. It was hours. Like, as I said, it was 21 hours or something like that I spent on it. Oh, no, like, Davey put it together. Like, Davey put it, I sent him the clips. But I cut out my own bits, if that makes any sense. Like, the bits, say, for example, there was 20 minutes cut out, particularly the pandemic bit. It ended up being 35 minutes. It was something like 50-something minutes. There was not the pandemic, the scandals bit. So yeah, the scandals bit was something like 55 minutes or something like that. And it was cut down to 35 minutes, particularly the section. So I cut it down, but I said to Davey then the bits that were cut down to include in the video to put together, if that makes any sense. But yeah, it was a lot of it because I cut down the majority. Like Davey pretty much put it together, put the pieces together. But I had to kind of arrange the pieces where to put them, if that makes any sense. So it was a lot of work. And then obviously too, there was a lot of mistakes and stuff. Like there was times I literally recorded like for 10 minutes, right? And I recorded the 10-minute segment talking about whatever was talking. But I remember vaguely the pandemic bit. When I was talking about the pandemic, I was 10 minutes in and I kind of said to myself, fuck it, I don't like the take out of the done, if that makes sense. Even though what I was saying was right, it was all to do with the book and stuff. But just when I had it done, when I was up to 10 minutes on it, even though it was longer, I was like, scrap it and do it from the beginning. There was a lot of that too. And then there was just mistakes and outtakes here and there and things that I've said, mispronounced and stuff. And then, so there was a lot of that. So that was probably another 4 hours, just to say. So it was a lot. It was a lot of that, but we got it done. But if I didn't cut down bits, we would have been looking at probably 6 hours of footage, probably, if I didn't cut it down, because there probably was about nearly 2 hours of it. Favorite animal, just we went from hope and action to favorite animal. I don't know. I think cats are good. Cats are very good. But yeah, we'll probably be live for another few more minutes because there's not many people here tonight. And that's to be expected, especially Christmas is gone. Yeah, we takes do a lot. But as I said, that was one of the like it was 10 minutes in. I just didn't like what I said. I didn't like the way I phrased it and stuff, and I just said I'd do it all again. So that took a good bit of time. So it was all in all, between recording it, like the bits that were released, the outtakes, the editing of it, and just to practice. Like some nights I was here just practicing. I wrote down bits here, and I just read it out just to see what I thought, and then looking at reading the book again, and then writing down points. I've loads of pages of points, like what to say, what to touch on, etc. So it was a lot of that. So it was all in all 21 hours over 5 days, which was a lot. Especially because that Wednesday night I stayed up until 1 o'clock in the morning, pretty much sorting it out. But we got it done. That was the main thing. But it was a lot of work because originally I planned it would take 3 weeks to record the whole lot of it. But then obviously with the painter, because the whole main thing I was waiting for was the painter to come to paint the room. That was supposed to be the first video done after the room was painted. If that makes any sense. But that didn't happen. So unfortunately didn't. Originally I planned it would take 3 weeks, but it had to all be done in a week. So it was kind of like a rushed effort too. Originally I would have liked to spend a bit more time. I would have liked to spend another week or so at it to get a bit more, and to put maybe leave the extra bits in. But it was just the time too. But it is upsetting that I didn't get maybe that much views. You're too hard. What do you mean too hard the way I speak? Oh, like being too hard on myself. Is that what you mean? But no, a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people don't think I'm speaking English in a lot of cases. I don't think. Like you see it in the community post. I don't know if you've seen the community post. Like for the last 28 days, I get it here. Like this is across the channel for the last 28 days, from the 28th of November to the 25th. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, so many people, 66% didn't use subtitles. But a lot of people spoke English, like used the English subtitles. 32%. So a lot of people, I've often, like the amount of times that people have commented about the accent. Like the only thing that's above the accent is the picture. Like who is the picture on the wall? That's been the main question of the channel. Like why did that turn up there? Who's that? They're the main questions. But then the second question is, I can't understand you. What way are you speaking English? That's the main thing. Like they're the main 3 questions. Who is that? Why is that picture there? Are you speaking English? Inside, my dear. Give me 2 seconds, and I'll just be with you. I just want to look up if I look up in the YouTube studio, like if I put in accent, how many comments come up? Because there's definitely been in my whole lifetime of being a YouTuber and stuff. There's definitely been probably about 300. Like 100%, there's definitely been. How would I find that out? Actually, that's a good point. Filters. Oh yeah, keywords. Give me a moment. Just look it up just to see. Yeah, they probably didn't use the right word. I don't know what else would say. Yeah, there was oftentimes like I only have a few comments here, but there's some that just the people just like fuck me. I can't understand a word. But yeah, no, I'll show you the ones that came up. I don't know what the word is. It's probably accent. Would it be? Like, there's definitely more comments than this, but this is just with the word accent, and YouTube Studio might not be right, just to say. So yeah, this is from 13 hours ago. It was just about the posts. Yeah, that's Tony. But yeah, so yeah, this is from the video. I made this video about a few years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. I understand you're perfectly fine from America. Some Irish accent can't understand a word, which is great. But again, there's somebody like this fella here. Honestly, I love these accents. Make it sound like an 80-year-old sheep handler. He's not, basically. And then there's this one. I don't get what this like this is an essay. Oh my god. I remember some of these actually. I remember actually this comment because it's so long too. Yeah, I don't know what else would it be. Accents. Let's see. Speaking. I don't know. Let's try to spell one. Don't believe I ever composed a Vatican sentence. Yeah, a lot of this. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm just like wondering what the fuck. So many comments. Yeah, there's a moment there I thought this guy was speaking Indian, speaking English, a hard accent. Yeah, like it's like I've definitely got 100 of these over the years. Let's tell how long I'm just around. To just to say. Screen is black, fucking pelgily. Great stuff. It was literally showing Andy, you couldn't see an inch. Wonder why that is. Why would that be? But anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to go looking again, jeez. No, actually, give me a moment. I'll probably show you. Yeah, like there's not many. I wonder why that was. Why does this want to be awkward? Entire screen. Hello again. No, actually, let me do. Let me see. I can try and fix this. If for some reason this is just not going to work. Does that show anything? Can you see my screen just so I know? Yeah, okay. I don't know why it must be to do with something else. But yeah, just I just wanted to see because I never actually used this just to see. The amount of comments with Santa Mount was just insane. Like who is she and stuff like that. Like this post asked about a month ago. The Santa Mount is just the main thing of these comments here. Like it's just insane. It just keeps going. Like I don't think it ever stops. Yeah, like look at this. Like, why is there a picture of Santa Mountain and you all, you know? I thought it just people talking shit. I think that's it. Actually, maybe it might go down more, but probably just the thing probably just gives up. You can see my screen now. What was I kept speaking? What was the accent? It's told to be dyslexic. Yeah, like here's this. Like yeah, there's definitely more. Yeah, there's definitely more about speaking, but there's like where was that there? Let's see. Yeah, there's one here. Like it's hard to get it defined because some people use the word speaking, and some people use the word accent. Like this fellow was speaking Indian, he was speaking English at a hard accent. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like some people use the word speaking, so it's defined into many different things. If that makes any sense. Pelgale. How old are you? Just weird looking back in comments. Yeah, you can still see my screen captures, yeah. Yeah, so accident. I probably should put down cavan. Is that right? How does for accident? Yeah. Oh, Pellegrini. Yeah, like here, where are you from? You're not Irish. You know, you have a weird accent. I was like, what? I need a translator. Like the amount of times, I've heard that. I need a translator and stuff. It's insane. Jeez, the narrative, the meta is unbearable. I can't watch this. Pellegrini. Good video. Trying to place the accent here. I'm grateful for the audio subtitles. Yeah, like, in this video at viral, this is my most viral, 11K views or something. I don't know why. But yeah. Yeah, like a lot of people can't understand a word. What the fuck? Bog standard. Which town or should I react from? Yeah. But your action's very. Yeah, you see this. Like, I'm interested in your subject, but your action's very, like, insane. Beautiful accent, yeah. I could use the word accent. Well, no, I actually did use the word accent. So. Where are you from? Only crime here is your accent. Good God. Your serious accent. Yeah, this is Niall McConnell, actually. Yeah, you good advice. You have a serious accent. Like a lot of people just like, yeah, I can't understand a word you're saying. But you know why this is 2 years ago, and that's 6 years ago. Yeah, so that's Niall McConnell, the YouTuber. Do you understand? Yeah, no excuse. Yeah, but no, there's a lot of them. This is not even half it. Like I don't know what the other bit will be under. But yeah, a lot of people just fucking don't understand the word. Then, but yeah, this is the thing. Like if I slow it down, I'll literally be here for the next 7 years. Just wanted to see because I never actually done this shit. This just turned into the stream, just look and see. This thing's just broken. Why did this come up, Cavan? Yeah, he's talking about Ukraine and stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, but keep this Sean Harvey. Oh yeah, because my ting was said Cavan 50. So this is just going to come up every time. Cavan 5011. So yeah, like literally people tagging me like this is that's going to come up 900 times. Yeah, like especially people like responding to me and stuff. It's going to be insane amount. Come on, kid. Yeah, but just never be done with that. Like my channel thing is thing. Hello, Aaron Only. How are you doing? I don't know how long you've been here, but yeah, we've just been doing some research. But yeah. But no, it's insane. Like probably with accents, and then there's some people put it a different way in terms of accents and stuff. So we would be probably an hour here looking at just things because it's definitely been about 100 throughout my lifetime. Like, no, not 100, 300 comments probably. Only here now, yeah. We're not going to sympathize that for the moment, but yeah. But yeah, we'll probably stay for another second or two. Come. But yeah, no, we were just basically looking through like accents and stuff. Go. I don't know how we came about talking about it. Yeah. Yeah, I was laughing at it too. So that's the funniest thing. So when I'm laughing at it, it's okay. But yeah, I don't know what that was related to. But I vaguely remember that actually. It's a good few years ago, but I vaguely remember it. But there was comments like that. But it's hard because people use the word accent, and people use the word you're speaking. You're speaking. And then they use some other kind of phrases, so it's hard to get up. But they say in all my queue, there's probably been 300 that comment on that. That and why is the picture of Santa Mountain on your wall? That's the other biggest thing. Or why is who is the woman on your wall? That's the main three questions. Who is the woman? Who has caught in me or somebody else? America. But yeah, we'll probably stay for another minute or two, and then we leave it there for tonight. But yeah, so we will be live Wednesday. We'll probably be live for midnight, I say. Before midnight, I know. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, the Cavan Stanley, yeah, but it's very honest that it's good that people are being honest. It's not like I'm saying people shouldn't say it, because the people Cavan Stanley, they shouldn't really hide that. It's a miracle how Santa Mountain understood me, to be totally honest. But yeah, is there anything else before we go? Because we probably leave it there for tonight. There's not really much else to say. Yeah, of course, Gordon. Yeah. But yeah. But yeah, so we pretty much the video for today has gone out with the Epstein files, so I didn't talk too much about it, but yeah, so yeah, thanks Gordon, I appreciate it. But yeah, that's about it. So that video's up. There is videos I need to record before New Year's. I have to kind of get things done, because I actually am behind, considering the Santa Mau and Hope in Action video. I'm probably behind by a few videos. There's a good lot of stuff I need to talk about. And of course, then the New Year's Eve videos. There's going to be 3 of them, as I say, so it's going to be a lot of stuff. But there's a lot to talk about. Sorry, just give me a second. I'm just doing something here. So I stay here for another minute or two, because I'm just doing something at the moment. It's not too important, so I can still chat. To look through this fucking thing. It's a nuisance, but sure. Sorry, and if anybody has anything to ask or anything, this is the time to ask. Just know I'm doing something just before I go off. Would that be right, I wonder? No, just looking through my pre-recorded videos. No, what I mean by pre-recorded videos is the videos that haven't come out. There's videos in the background that are unlisted, if that makes any sense. That could be put up, say tomorrow or today or whenever. There's many topics. The unlisted thing is about nearly 100 long. This stage, of videos that could be put up, but never were put up. Well, in some cases they were put up, but some have been taken down, etc. But no, I'll not put up any of them. I was going to put maybe one up today, but no, I'll not put up any of them. So yeah, that's it, everyone. Sorry about that. Just looking, because if I was going to put one out, I was going to say it. So yeah. So yeah, thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. I know it's been a quiet stream. There hasn't been much going on. Obviously, after Christmas, a lot of people be tired, etc. But yeah, so look at we'll be back Wednesday. We might go live maybe a day beforehand. We might go live that Tuesday, just for a while. But we should be live Wednesday for a good few hours, and for I say for 3 hours anyway on Wednesday we should be live. So yeah, thank you everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night. We speak again Wednesday. So thank you.